Yeah, we got us a goose egg, baby! A goose egg! Good job, Chris. Great job.
Hey, just for all those fans that showed up, baby, how about those?
Hey, we're gonna break it down, man. We on that mission. We ain't stopping. We ain't stopping.
Nope.
We ain't stopping. All right. Fame on one. One. Bang!
At home or on the road, game day is a journey. Whether through Mile High or deep into the black hole, it always culminates here. This is Chiefs Rewind.
Welcome to Chiefs Rewind. It's taken 22 years the Chiefs win a playoff game. I don't even know if we had Chiefs Rewind. I was here 22 years ago. The Chiefs win it 30-0 over the Houston Texans. Mitch Holtis, voice of the Chiefs, with BJ Kissel, Chiefs reporter. What does this mean to the Chiefs kingdom? Not only to win this game, but to win 30-0.
Mitch, we're going to get there, but Mitch, I've got to ask you, because I don't think there's anybody in the kingdom that cares more about the success of this team, and that you just wear it on your sleeve. What did this win mean to you?
When you're up 30-0, you have the last 4 minutes to kind of have it come together, but it was passing through my vision. It was 22 years in front of my eyes. But I tell you what I was going to do. I was going to find Derek Johnson first, because he's been here the longest, 11 years.
Yep.
So is Colquitt. Mm-hmm. Those are the two first guys I found. Then I found Tamba, because he's been here the second longest. And we've gone through a lot, my friend. We've gone through a lot. And 5 head coaches, more than that with the 20 to me. But anyway, those guys have gone through a lot. But we move on now. We're going to talk about that later, but let's move on.
All right. Well, you look at this game, and you have to start coming into this game. All the talk was about J.J. Watt and what he was going to do and how the Chiefs' offensive line was going to mix up with him. And then early in the game, you see Larry Duvernay-Tardif leave with a concussion, and Ja Reed steps into that right tackle spot, and even more focus gets put on that offensive line and that front seven and slowing those guys down. And they did that. And they held them down. They made somebody else try to beat them. It was a phenomenal game plan to slow them down. You saw the Chiefs put points on the board from literally the opening kickoff. I think everybody just kind of relaxed after Nile went 106 yards on that touchdown.
And I didn't hear a lot of special teams talk. All the national pundits broke this game down 1,000 ways. I never heard about special teams. I thought the Chiefs could dominate that category, and they did. Final question to you. The dominance on defense. They get 5 takeaways, 4 picks, and a fumble recovery. What about this Chiefs defense?
It's been the story of the Chiefs. It seems like every time we've done a Chiefs Rewind, now 11 straight, it's always turnovers, it's always takeaways, and you look at 4 interceptions, 1 forced fumble. I mean, it's just a dominating performance. And you look at some of the interceptions, and those are the plays that are going to get a lot of the credit. But you look at how those plays got set up, because they were in 3rd and long situations. It's because Josh Malga beats a block and makes the tackle. It's because Dontari Poe beats a block and makes the tackle. Next thing you know, it's 3rd and 8, and they've got to throw the ball down the field, and that's when those guys make plays. That's what they're back there to do. We saw Eric Berry do it. We saw Marcus Peters continue to make plays.
Danon Hughes was on the team 22 years ago. Pete Sweeney was in preschool. So let's get some more analysis from Pete Sweeney, Chiefs reporter and former Chief Danon Hughes.
Thank you, Mitch, and welcome into the 65 Toss Power Trap Studios back in Kansas City. And Danon, I always say it, in the playoffs, if you want to win on the road, you got to score early. You have to score fast. Take the crowd out of the game. The Houston Texans kicked off to the Kansas City Chiefs first. Niall Davis waiting in the end zone. I want you to watch here at the 20-yard line. Once he hits this 20-yard line, not a Texan inside. He takes it the entire way.
Off to the races, takes the ball to the house. A great way of starting this game. Hostile environment. If you want to quiet him down, go 106 yards like Niall Davis.
7-0 Chiefs, just 11 seconds into the game, and then turnovers would be a factor again. Brian Hoyer trying to find somebody, but that's into the hands of Eric Berry. What a story for this kid.
Outstanding season for Eric Berry, a Pro Bowl season. Comes up with plays in the run game and there in the pass.
But Brian Hoyer is sacked on this play, loses the ball. Dontari Poe recovers. Alex Smith would throw an interception, but then he would find a connection all day with Travis Kelce.
Well, number 87 came up big. He's an automatic mismatch. We talk about it each and every week. Too strong for safeties, too fast for linebackers. 8 catches, 128 yards. Big play after big play for Kelce.
These two would lead to 2 49-yard field goals for Cairo Santos, and it's a 13-0 lead. This is really the only highlight and I'm being honest here, the only highlight for the Texans all day, Alfred Blue takes it 49 yards into Chiefs territory, but then the Texans just get a little too cute too early.
Absolutely. J.J. Watt comes in, Vince Wilfork comes in, but watch this play by Derek Johnson. Submarines J.J. Watt at the line of scrimmage, nowhere to go, stops him cold.
So Brian Hoyer comes back on the field to try to do it for the Texans, trying to find Alfred Blue, but that's in the hands of Josh Malga. So the Chiefs make sure that the Texans don't score any points, 13-0 lead into the second half, and then the offense looks even stronger.
Alex Smith leading this offense like he's done all season long, distributing the ball all around. Charkandrick West there, then comes back to Jeremy Maclin over the middle, gets another first down, moves the chains. Nice job with his legs as well.
Smith and Maclin has been so important for this Chiefs team, but you see right here, watch the replay. It's a knee injury for Maclin.
Yeah.
He would come out of the game. They called it a knee strain, but he'll have an MRI on Monday. More information as the week goes on, but Maclin out, Conley in, and really no difference for the Chiefs. It's a touchdown.
Next man up, Chris Conley has gotten most of his experience on special teams, but the big wide receiver was drafted for this type of moment. Good play action in the backfield, spot open in the end zone. Alex Smith, absolute dart.
At that point, 20-0 Chiefs, and then it's more Travis Kelce. This is such a weapon. He's going to be more important if Maclin can't go next week. This is a 48-yard reception. He's pushed out of bounds, and Spencer Ware finishes it off with the 5-yard touchdown. At this point in the game, it's 27-0 Chiefs in the fourth quarter, a blowout in Houston, and the defense maintains the lead. Another Brian Hoyer interception. That's his fourth of the day to Sean Smith. Sean tries to run this back here. You don't need any points,
Game's
Sean.
over.
Game would be over. It's a 30-0 final, a blowout in Houston. Travis Kelce with the 8 receptions for 128 yards. The first Chiefs playoff win in 22 seasons. The last time the Chiefs won a playoff game, you were in a helmet and pads for the Chiefs, Dave.
Well, I was in a helmet and pads, but I was only 10 years old. I was the youngest player in NFL history. Look it up, Pete. But I will say this.
I'll do that after the game.
I've been tired of talking about the 1994 team, the 1985 Royals. This is a banner year for Kansas City fans. It's great to witness this in motion. It's going to be interesting to see how this playoffs unfold, but I'm proud of this team right now.
Get happy. The Chiefs are moving on to the divisional round. Let's check in on them back in Houston.
First shutout in the playoffs in over a decade for any defense. Just what does that say about you guys and what you guys can continue to do in the playoffs?
Yeah, we're real confident on defense. Bob keeps putting together great game plans. We're really gelling together as a unit, and so we're going to continue to build on that, fix the things that we did wrong, get ready for next week.
How nice was it to see all the Chiefs fans doing the chop? At the end of the game, they all came down. It was just Chiefs fans, I think.
Man, that place was packed with Chiefs fans. I tell you, we have the greatest fan base in the NFL. And again, I'm grateful to be a part of it, and you can see it out there how much they support us, and that's huge.
We had a good feeling this whole week that we could make something happen. We haven't had one this whole year, and it was good to finally get one.
Did you even get touched on that?
Didn't get touched. I might have got slipped, but I didn't get. It was pretty cool.
We're going to come out and give our best again next week, whoever we play. And that's our mentality. All the guys know we have to play at our best every game here going in. And we knew that 2 months ago. So whether it's we win by 1 or by 30, it doesn't matter. We have to dominate.
Taken by Niall Davis. He's going to bring it out between the hash and numbers on the left side. 15 breaks free. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. He's at midfield. Niall Davis, the Houston native. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. Kansas City. A 106-yard kickoff return right out of the gate.
Your thoughts about the game?
Yeah, listen, I'm happy for our ownership. I'm happy for the city of Kansas City, man. It's been a few years since this thing's happened. And our players, I'm proud of them, and the coaches for the job that they did. So it's all encompassing. Listen, we're not done, but we are for the night right here. So we're going to enjoy it and then get back on it. You saw all the fans out there. It was crazy how many were there.
They were doing the chop back there at the end of the game. That was the only thing that we heard.
Oh, it was unbelievable. I mean, there were thousands of them, and our players feed that off of that. They feel that, so it's a neat deal.
I thought it was a very good idea of you to have Niall Davis run back 106 yards for a touchdown beginning this game.
I'll tell you, that's a great way to start it. He's been so close on so many of them. And for him just to bust one out, nobody was going to catch him. He's faster than all get out, so nobody was going to catch him. He did a great job with it.
How about the defense?
Yeah, unbelievable. What was it, 6 turnovers or whatever, five interceptions, whatever it was.
5.
Yeah. So I mean, it was great, and they're playing out of their mind. They're playing confident, and that it energizes your team. So the offense feels it. Everybody feeds off of that.
This is why you got into coaching, isn't it? To have something like this.
Yeah, you love the wins, so you enjoy them. And then you get right back on it. We're not sure when we play. We'll find out later tonight after this game's over, and we'll take it from there.
So there's a very happy Andy Reid after the Chiefs' first playoff win in 22 seasons. You look at these 3-year tenure for Andy Reid, a tremendous start to his time with the Chiefs, but he's in charge of the offense, and Bob Sutton's in charge of defense. What a great day for this Chiefs defense.
Absolutely. We haven't spoken enough about Bob Sutton and what he's been able to do and influence this defense. And what's most impressive, Pete, is that everyone comes to play each and every week. And each time we watch these games, different guys show up. Eric Berry comes up with the interception. You have Dontari Poe with the love handle fumble recovery. And now you got other guys coming in. Josh Marga making a big play on an interception. I love the fact that this Chiefs defense shows up each and every week with different guys being stars.
Here you see Sean Smith. That would seal the game for the Chiefs. The Chiefs defense is our performer of the game. 3 sacks, 4 interceptions, and the 1 fumble recovery, a total of 29 DraftKings points. Remember, our performer of the game is brought to you by DraftKings.com. Head to DraftKings.com and enter the promo code Chiefs to play for free today. Dan, and when we come back, BJ and Mitch will be back in Houston with wide receiver Chris Conley. Don't go anywhere.
Texans crowd the line of scrimmage. Chiefs get the snap off just in time. Play action fake. Smith throws for the end zone. Caught. Chris Conley. Touchdown. Kansas City. Chris Conley, the rookie, tastes the sweet nectar of the end zone.
Another hero of the 30-0 victory over the Texans, Chris Conley. When I first met you, I thought, this dude could be president of the United States in like 20 years. So I'm going to have to ask you, this is your rookie year, but the Chiefs Kingdom has waited 22 years for this playoff win. Do you have a sense of what was accomplished today to move on?
I felt it coming off the field. Chiefs Kingdom traveled well today, and so we were all throughout the stadium, but you could just feel the momentum in the room. It was something great. It was something great, and we're not done. We're not finished.
We look back at this 11-game winning streak. It started with a game against Pittsburgh. You stepped up, caught a touchdown. It was a game that we didn't have Jeremy Maclin, and prayers right now that he's going to be all right. But if he's not, that was a game that you stepped up and you had to make plays. In this game today, he leaves, you step up, and you catch a touchdown just a few plays later. Just how much did that touchdown mean to you, and what do you think it did for the offense, and how it'll mean moving forward?
It means a lot to me to know that my coaches trust me enough to step up in his spot. From the beginning of this season, they've let it be known to me and that I have to be ready in any situation, and that I'm the guy who's going to play right behind him if he can't play. And so they've done a great job of preparing me, and we hope that he's well and able to go so I can continue to learn from him.
Chris, a lot of talk about the Texan defense, and deservedly so, but you guys were able to get some chunks today. What was the key of getting those big plays?
Really, you got to take care of that front seven. And the offensive line did a great job today. The Texans, they're great up front, and they're solid in coverage. You got to be able to slow them down there, and you got to be able to take what they give you because they don't give you a lot.
You look at what your defense was able to do, 5 takeaways. Just what does it mean as an offense? You keep getting short fields for those guys making plays. It just seems like every time they go out there, they give you guys a short field.
Our defense has been a rock for us this season. They've been consistent in every game. They've been able to step up and make big plays, even in situations where it looks like the other team is about to score. And that was evident today, keeping them off the scoreboard. Props to those guys.
So Chris Conley has the 1 catch today, but it's 4 touchdowns. That was in the third quarter to make it 20-0 Chiefs. And in the fourth quarter, Spencer Ware brings it in. That makes it 27-0 Chiefs.
What a find to have Spencer Ware on this roster. If you consider you lose Jamal Charles early, Spencer Ware, Charcandrick West come in, a 1-2 punch. And how about the punch that number 32 brings on the field? He's done an outstanding job with his opportunities on the field. Today, 16 carries, 67 yards, had the 1 touchdown right here, but a phenomenal day for the young running back. back.
What do you have in that two-headed monster with Weston Ware?
Well, I think what you have is a great 1-2 punch. They complement each other extremely well. Charkanchik West can catch the ball very well out of the backfield, more shifty, and then you saw in those highlights what Spencer Ware can do. He will run you over if you get in his way. Exactly what you need when you want to move the chains.
A good day for Spencer Ware, a great day for Travis Kelce. That's who BJ and Mitch are with back in Houston.
The Chiefs Kingdom is fired up. Travis Kelce, another big game. The Chiefs beat Houston 30-0 to get a playoff win, first in over 2 decades. A lot of discussion about the Texan defense, how good they are. What did you guys do today to get it rolling?
I mean, you got to give hats off to their defense. They got a lot of guys over there that can play some football, and their front seven's phenomenal. Their back end, they're very smart. You got to give credit where credit's due, and it's unfortunate they had the injuries that they had, but that's the game of football. Everybody's gonna get hit with it. Unfortunately, we got hit with a big time bang up, but we just keep it rolling, and just playing for one another. That's all you can do.
It's the second game against the Texans this season. The second game you've gone over 100 yards on the season. Just what is it about the looks that you were getting that made you able to step up and make those plays today?
I mean, it's like I said, they're a great defense, but Big Red was dialing them up today. He was making sure that we were in the right positions, and going out there and just playing for one another. That's the easy part. But making plays for Alex with the balls in the air, that's when you got to come up big for your guy. And sure enough, Alex was on point with everything today, and we got it rolling. So
I want to ask you how patient you've had to be over the last 2 months. I see a lot of bracketed coverage. You get a lot of attention. How were you able to get open today, and how patient have you had to be?
I mean, it's depending upon scheme. Each coach is going to come at you different. They're going to try and throw whatever they want at you. It is what it is. You got to go out there and you got to play. It doesn't matter what kind of defense they're in. Whenever Coach Reed calls that play, you got to go out there and perform it to perfection. And it can get difficult at times, but at the same time, it doesn't matter. Your team needs you to make plays, and you got to go out there and make plays too. So.
Travis, I got to ask you about what it felt like as a player at the end of the game, the last few minutes, to hear Chiefs Kingdom, see all those fans move down close to the field, start doing the chop. I mean, as a player, what does it mean to you when you see the fans down there on a road field do something like that?
I mean, it humbles you, man. You just appreciate everybody so much more. You appreciate the fans. You appreciate who all really puts this thing together. And it's for us to be able to get a win in front of our crowd down here in Texas. I mean, you can't ask for more. You know what I mean? It's one of those things that it motivates you, man. It keeps you going. It keeps you wanting to keep winning. And that's where we're going to start tomorrow and start on Monday, is right back to it and getting this thing underway.
Travis Kelce, such an athletic player, such a weapon for these Chiefs. 8 receptions for 128 yards, but I think a big reason for him to have that success was the handling of J.J. Watt today.
Absolutely. The offense was designed to nullify J.J. Watt. Unplug the wattage coming into this game was one of the keys, I thought. And Andy Reid and Doug Peterson did an outstanding job mixing up things so J.J. Watt was not comfortable all day. Whether he moved around, you can see here, Eric Fisher, a little bit more physical than some people might think is necessary. That's the nature of the game. That's exactly how you want to see your tackles play. Nothing dirty about that. I thought they did an outstanding of executing the offense the way Andy Reid drew it up.
It was awesome to see. Dan, and right now we're going to close things in the studio, but when we come back, BJ and Mitch will have their final takeaways from Houston. Hey, get your Chiefs Kingdom flags this week at Hy-Vee.
Chiefs get the victory 30-0 over Houston. First playoff win in 22 years. How about flipping the switch, because it's time to move on. The Chiefs are moving ahead in the tournament.
Well, I can imagine what the party's like back in Kansas City right now, because this was a long time coming. But guess what? When we win that locker room, this wasn't that kind of party. These guys, it's business as usual. Those guys treated this like any other win during this winning streak. It's exactly what you want to see, because their goals weren't to come out and win one playoff game. They had goals that were bigger than that. And we saw it in the locker room with the way that they were acting.
For BJ Kissel, I'm Mitch Holtis. The Chiefs are moving on in the AFC playoffs. Their first win in 22 years.